Morning, everybody, and welcome to Chassidus in the morning, 15 minutes. Heichaltzu, Kuntres Heichaltzu. So already, we're up to the 10th parak, which is very good, good. Baruch Hashem, we're about a third of the way. Yeah, and we're discussing different issues when it comes to Ahavas Yisroel, or the lack of Ahavas Yisroel. And we said it's when we have this lack of Ahavas Yisroel, this midyan, so it causes sinas chinam to the extent that we even celebrate someone else's downfall. When things happen to them, it just, and it's not that they did something to us to deserve this unwarranted, sinner, but it is this, and we have. And really, we said, when it comes to ourselves, we can be critical in yourself. Not in a negative way, of course, but like being honest and recognizing that if something bad is happening to me, there must be something I need to be improving on, Whereas when it comes to another person, you never think that way. No, that think that way. That's what we were discussing. Now, page 74, chapter 10. In this chapter, the Rashab develops the theme emphasized in the previous chapters, that a person's self-concern can create friction and strife. He emphasizes that such undesirable conduct can exist even in a Torah community. Although cooperation and communication can bring about many advantages, particularly in the realm of Torah study and divine service, Yeshus often prevents these advantages of being realized. And we're going to discuss something very fundamental. This is one of my favorite parts of this mimer. It discusses the need that we should be connecting with each other and learning from each other and helping each other. But because of the Yeshus, because of this sinas chinam, it holds that back. Page 74. We have, because of the many sins, we have sinas chinam found a lot in people that serve Hashem. Everyone builds a bama, a platform for himself. When they learn Torah, it's according to the way they understand it. Also, when we do avodah, when we work on ourselves, it's all according to what we understand, what we think. He's going to explain this. This is a very beautiful chapter. And what happens? We learn and we work on ourselves, but we never connect with someone else. We never discuss things with someone else. Because the truth is, how should it be? When you learn Torah and you try to work on yourself, we should really connect with other people. We should have farringans. We should have times to speak to other people, to connect. Why? Hey, basic Torah. Birth, when we learn Torah, when it comes to learning, it says metal to metal sharpens. When you sharpen a knife, how do you sharpen it? With another piece of metal. So that just like metal uses metal to sharpen, so too a person discussing a Torah idea with someone else makes them understand it better. So he's talking about people that are, they know how to learn very well. And they learn, and so it sharpens you. You really get a good understanding, and you make a pilpul, which is like analyzing some ideas. And you have discuss with someone else, and they can make it clear for you. But in general learning, when we learn, the biggest bracha you can have, and for sure the Rebbe loves this, is when people come together and they talk about what they're learning. And you're talking about not to show that I know something, but to bring it out and to think about it and to discuss it with someone else. Why? So why aren't they able to talk together? Because of the baseless hatred, because of this sort of issue. So then, when someone's going to tell me something, my natural instinct, or why am I scared to speak to someone? Because the natural instinct of other people, or in general, is not to understand, but it's to argue. But when you discuss it with your friend and you analyze it for the truth, because when you do it together, to have an idea, and this is anything, You have a political opinion. If you discuss with someone else, your opinion will be a lot clearer to you. It's easy to have opinions. This is sort of the downfall, one of the many downfalls of speaking in public, not in public, in like on like the internet. You talk and you stick to people with your opinion, and you just like people just like pass on their opinion, but they don't really think about it and discuss someone. You come and sit down and discuss someone your opinion, not in a way of argumentative, but like to understand. So then you see what's going on. And here you're talking about when it comes to learning, when you learn and you discuss what you learn with someone, that can really bring about to a true understanding of your learning. But the problem is when you have the yeshus, so you don't feel comfortable, you don't want to speak to someone else, you don't want to make a fool of yourself, and you don't want them to be rough on you. And so too, that's talking about shiur. Also, when you work on yourself, so when you do it properly, so then you can talk to someone. You sit down, you have a good, what's a good chassidus for rain? You sit down with your friends and you discuss your challenges in life, and you have people that can understand you and they can help you. And he explains there's two good things about it. One is two main good things. One is these things that we ourselves don't understand, we don't see ourselves. He doesn't get it, doesn't realize. We have issues that we don't even realize. And you think about it. I talked about this before, that like our lives could be so much better, but why aren't they? And one of the reasons is this: is we could have someone, it could be your friend of yours that knows what you need help with, but they don't feel comfortable talking to you. And this is sort of the problem. We have this sinner that like we don't want to listen to anyone. We don't want people talking. People don't want to listen to us. And we have this, and it's a big disconnect, a big separation we have amongst each other. Because what's better than a friend of yours that really cares about you? It's like to say, what's a true friend? Someone tells you like you have something on your face. Why? Because it's uncomfortable to talk to you about it, but they care about you. So to hear people care about us, so then we should be able to talk to each other, not because we're coming to show you, oh look, I know more than you, but because I want to help you. I want you to live the fullest life you can live. When a person comes with this ava, coming from a good place, it's received. But we also have to be people that are able to receive it, and yeshus can get in the way of this. Because because of the fact we love ourselves, we can't see our issues. If we analyze ourselves, our life is not perfect, not the way we want it to be, but why isn't it working? And it's hard to see that we could be the ones at fault. It's our problem. The things that we're doing, we're making bad decisions. If someone else to come and show it to you, it could make a big difference. We said before in yesterday's class that if you truly see a problem with somebody, then you come to them nicely on the side and you talk to them about it and you say, hey, this is an issue that you could really work on and help you a lot. But you're saying it not because I know I am so smart and I've figured out what your problem is, but because I care about you and I want you to live a better life. I want to help you. Because on all sins, it's covered by our love. Love covers all faults. Because we love ourselves, so it's all good. Everything is good. We understand. When we do something wrong, we justify it. So we're biased. We can't really know necessarily what's good for us. And even more, also with the shortcomings, like character traits. We have some character flaws. It's hard for us to see it. He says here in this one of the notes, he goes, for example, he may criticize another person for showing pride without realizing that he displays that very same fault. Very interesting. But what he's saying here is that we don't realize our issues necessarily, because our cult love covers over all the faults. Because the natural love we have for ourselves, it covers it over. It doesn't mean it necessarily love. I'll finish a lot. And his friend is one that arouses him to this. That makes him realize. It doesn't mean I love myself. A lot of times people say, what do you mean? I'm very hard on myself. We're not saying you're not hard on yourself. We're saying you're not able to see the truth within you because you live with yourself and you have to be nice to yourself. So when you do something wrong, you don't come and say, this is wrong, how to do such a thing. I'm much greater than that. You say, yeah, I understand, whatever. I'm tired. You don't know what I'm dealing with. Whereas in someone else, you wouldn't say the same thing. But that's the point here, is that he's saying that because you love yourself in that way, you're not able to see the truth. And the problem is we want to see the truth, because we want to have better lives. And we want friends to be able to connect together. And that's the best when we come together as friends and people can be open and honest about the situations. As one said for bringing, and the guy said, take an achlato to wash nagavasim. That when you're in yeshiva, it's a very simple, obvious thing that everyone does. To come and say that, I appreciated the honesty. And that's what we're saying. And we have to be able to be honest with ourselves because we're going to have true help. Like one time I was bringing on Purim, and this guy was saying that he takes a thought to daven mincha. For a man, to daven mincha, it's like, what do you mean? You have to. But it's hard, mincha is during the day. And then they say mincha is the greatest davening, greatest tefillah, because it's during the middle of the day and you have to stop work. This is the guy was saying, I'm busy at work and it's hard for me. So people started cursing him out. What do you mean? How could you say such a thing? And I liked it. He's being honest. And this is how we're meant to be. We have to have that honesty and the people can help us. When you speak it out, the first thing is that you don't see a fault. And the second thing is when you know your fault and you speak it out to someone, so when you talk about it, you feel a lot worse when you say it. When you speak about it to someone, or even just speak it out loud, and you hear yourself, it's like, whoa. Like when it's in your head, you don't think it's like just it doesn't have the same feeling, it doesn't seem strength. But when you speak it out, it has a lot of strength, especially when you see someone else. And that will help you. Like really? Like what do you mean I don't watch no video? How did I get that? How did I get to this point? And then you'll for sure do it. And therefore, the person atones for the sins from all these things. He realizes, like, whoa, what am I doing? Like, it's like, whatever it is. It could be like, I don't daven, I don't say morning brachas. I don't wash my hands, whatever. I don't say bracha before I eat or after I eat on bench. Now, within ourselves, we all have the excuses, and we don't. But when you come to speak about it, say you come to a place, and a person you can be honest with, and you speak about it, you're like, whoa, it'll be like very eye-opening. The oiker retain him, and that causes when you speak it out with someone, and you speak it, that causes that the will during it, and the battle that you have weakens. And that will fix you. So this would be great. This is how we should be. We should have this life that we have, when it comes to learning, we should have to speak to someone, discuss them. And we shouldn't be afraid that we're going to be judged. And we should speak to them so we can help us understand what we learned better, Or when it comes to working on ourselves, we should feel comfortable to speak to people. And people should be open to listening, not being judging, being rough on ourselves, and people shouldn't be rough on us. We can talk openly, and once we do that, they will help us see what the problem is. You say my life is not going as good as I want. I'm not sure why. Maybe you can help me. We talk about it, and the person doesn't judge you and speaks to you about it. And just speaking about it already makes it better. And you'll correct these issues. This is what it means to do vidui, to confess one's sins. The true way of doing it, like he says in the Rambam, that it's not just enough to have it in thoughts to regret, but you have to speak it out. Like it's known, this is a very good way of correcting yourself. Why does it work so well? Because when you reveal, when you speak about it, it really, he feels it. The pneumius nafshay, in the depths of his soul. When you speak about it, it really reveals it. And this is a general lesson in life. You have some issues, best thing, speak about it to someone. Like it says here, we'll stop here, we'll do it tomorrow, we'll discuss it. But we're seeing here a very beautiful thing that we have to want to work on our Ahavas Yisroel, and to have that openness, and we can speak to people and have true, open, honest conversations with people that care about us, and we should make sure that we show people that we care about them. They can have that conversation, and that will help us improve our lives dramatically. And it all comes down to having Ahavas Yisroel and Avas Chinam. That you love the person and you can open up for them, and all these good things can come. Be continued tomorrow. Have a great day.